Hello guys, and for this video I will be making another version of my summary in chapter 11, or build a small network in this is Networking Academy. So let's get started. Our devices in a small network. Small network topologies comprises one router, a couple of switches, and the user PCs. Access the internet through a single one-link cable or DSL. Management usually by a third-party company. So in a small network topology, we have this end devices, or the intermediate devices. So the end devices being the PCs, and the intermediate devices or the routers and the switches. And also a small network can consist of the access to the internet and using a one link or cables, and the DSL, and the management is usually by a third party company. On device selection for a small network, security, quality of service, VoIP, address switching, network address translation, and DHCP. IP addressing for a small network, address space is a crucial component of our network design. All devices connected to the network require an address. The address scheme must be planned, documented, and maintained. Address space documentation can be very useful for troubleshooting and control. Address documentation is also very important when controlling resource access. So network application and protocols, we have common applications, the network applications, and the application layer services. The network applications, so these are the network applications that we are using to communicate over a network. And some examples of the network applications are the email clients and the web servers. An application layer service is the program that interface with the network and prepare the data for transfer. Each service uses protocols which define the standards and data formats to be used. We have common protocols processed on either end of a communication session, how messages are sent and the expected response, types and syntax of messages, meaning of informational fields, interaction with the next lower layer, voice and video applications, infrastructure of IP telephony, and real-time applications. Security threats and vulnerabilities. We have threats, digital intrusion. So in digital intrusion mainly means that an intruder can access our digital devices, which can be costly because if the some of the digital devices is broken or destroyed, then it will cost a lot of money. So intruders can gain access to software vulnerabilities, hardware attacks, or storing credentials. So intruders not just only destroy some of our devices, but also they can access through our information and also to steal data and attack our devices. So common types of digital sourcing include those listed in this graphic. Physical security, hardware, environmental, electrical, and maintenance. Types of vulnerabilities, three primary vulnerability: technological configuration and security policies. Endpoints can be under attack, such as servers and desktop computers. Any of these three vulnerabilities can be exploited in used in attacks. So this image shows us the proper floor plan for our devices. Network attacks, types of malware, viruses, worms, Trojan horses. So these are types of malwares that many intruders or unauthorized or hackers uses in order to steal or to steal information from our devices, or to destroy some of the services on the devices that we are using. So reconnaissance attacks, discovery and mapping of systems and services. acquire enough information on the target system or network to facilitate the search for vulnerabilities. Common tools rely mostly on free and public internet services such as DNS and voice. Port scanners and packet sniffers are also commonly used in reconnaissance. Network attacks, access attacks, password attacks, trust exploitation, port redirection, man in the middle. So the password attacks is the hackers uses their third-party softwares that can that can encrypt and can decrypt our passwords and getting information. Trust exploitation is that they get the trust in using our secure device and acting like they are the ones that own every device. Port redirection is, for example, you stored something in you stored some information that must be sent from this PC. For example, it is the PC one, and then port redirection it redirects it to the hackers. That's the same computer to get the information needed. For the man in the middle, I think the 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 hackers will be exploiting the some of the information as he was waiting at the inside of the network. She just keeps on waiting for the proper attack. The denial of service attacks, although simple, it is still dangerous. So the denial of service attacks are attacks that disable some of the services that we can do in our devices. On the common denial of service attacks, the ping of death, spy and flood, deny the DDoS, and spam attack. So to network attack mitigation, so these are the preventions for the network attacks. So we need to back up, upgrade, update, and patch. So we need to keep the our devices up to date so that the hackers won't keep up from your configurations. So and in your information, for enterprises need to install the latest version of antivirus software. So we need some antivirus to protect our devices, also to secure some of our files and our data stored in our devices. So we need to apply some patches that supports the vulnerabilities to be applied. Essential patch server for managing a large number of servers and systems. Patches should be installed without user intervention. Authentication, authorization, and accounting. AAA services provide access control in a network device. So authentication is accessing a resource. Authorization is what they can do. Accounting is actions performed while accessing a resource. This AAA framework can be very helpful when mitigating network attacks. So firewalls must also be used to in preventing some unauthorized access on our networks because it blocks them from going into your network path. So for determining the permitted internet access to network, we have techniques. We have packet filtering, in application filtering, URL filtering, and stateful packet inspection. Endpoint security. Common endpoints are laptops, desktop servers, smartphones, and tablets. Securing devices is challenging. Employees need to be trained properly on the network. Policies often include the use of antivirus software and host intrusion prevention. Most comprehensive endpoint security solutions rely on network access control. Device security. Default settings are dangerous because they are well known. So Cisco routers have Cisco Auto Secure feature. Change it. So we need to change default usernames and password immediately to push the hackers away, as they have no idea what to write in for the usernames and the passwords. And of course, we need to configure some of the system resources into authorizing for the authorized individuals. To turn off unnecessary services, update any software, and install any security patches prior to production operation. So for the passwords, we need to use passwords. So we need at least 8 characters, preferably 10 or more. So we need a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, symbols, and spaces so that the unauthorized unauthorized person cannot easily think about an easy password for you to open the device configuration. Of course, there must be no repetition. So it means that your password must be strong and unique, and misspelled words must not be tolerated, because if you misspelled words on your password, then your device will be useless. Changed often, it must be changed often to apply more security on our devices. Cisco routers support the use of a phrase made of many words, which is called a passphrase. So basic security practices, we need to type use some of the commands here. The service password encryption for the plain text passwords, to encrypt the plain text passwords on our configuration, and for the security passwords min length, it makes sure that the password that we are typing in has its limit, or the has minimum specified length, and we need to block consecutive login attempts, and to minimize password brute force attacks. So login block for 120 attempts with 3 within 60 is the command used to limit some of the attempts, and input a timer when some of the users will plan to timeout connect idle users to the line. So exit timeout, it is like a hotspot of a phone that once you block them, it will automatically disconnect them to the network. Enable SSH. Telnet is not secured. It is highly recommended to use SSH for remote shell protocol. Configure Cisco device to support SSH. Takes 4 steps. You need to ensure that the router has a unique hostname and IP domain name. Generate the SSH keys. Create a local username. Enable VTY inbound SSH sessions. The router can now be removed to access only by using the SSH. Show commands. We have they are powerful troubleshoot tools. So they display configuration files, checking the status of device interfaces and processes, and verifying the device operational status. The status of nearly every process or function of the router can be displayed using a show command. Some of the more popular show commands are show running config, show interfaces, show ARP, show IP route, show protocols, and show version. So we have troubleshooting methodologies. So these troubleshooting methodologies are used when we have met some problem with our devices, and of course it is used if we commit some errors on our configurations. So first we need to identify the problem, establish a theory of probable causes, test the theory of determine the cause, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution, verify full system functionality and implement preventative measures, document findings, actions, and outcomes, verify and monitor resolution. Summary: explain how small network can scale into larger network. Configure switches and routers with device hardness features to enhance security. Use command show commands to and utils to establish a relative performance baseline for the networks. Apply troubleshooting methodologies in command host and IOC commands to resolve problems. Explain how small networks of directly connected segments is created, configured, and verified. So for this final chapter, the we only talk about the how a small network device is consists of, and also how to easily secure our devices, and also to prevent some attacks that some unauthorized person can do. So we are taught how to troubleshoot our devices when in needs of emergency. And also it also explains how the small networks are connected to the some segments, so how it is configured. And so that's it for my chapter 11 summary. And I hope you like this video, and I hope you learn from this video. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.